Well, hello, thank you for joining me today again on the Church History Trail. You're very welcome to the programme. And where we are is we're in Castle Ward, and you can see there it says Old Castle Ward Tower House because this was the original Castle Ward. And of course there's a big house in Castle Ward which is really what it's known by today. But some beautiful scenery around here. Now, Old Castle Ward was built around 1590 or 1610 by, some say Nicholas Ward, some say it was his son Bernard who built it. The old castle or tower house was built as a defensive structure, and the old castle lies in the grounds here of Castle Ward Estate near the village of Strangford in County Down. And there's a bit of a medieval thing going on here in the courtyard. So Old Castle Ward is a 3-storey tower house built of split stone rubble with sandstone dressings, as you can see. Now, in the early 18th century, the Ward family built a house near the old castle in the Queen Anne style. And this house was demolished in the mid-19th century. Now, Bernard Ward, Nicholas's son, he was born in 1654 and he died in 1690. And his death is actually remarkable. But I'm going to take you in here first and let you see inside, and then I'll tell you what happened to him. You see the old cobble floor there and the whitewash walls and ceiling. This would have probably been the cellar part of the tower house. So Bernard married Anne Ward, the daughter of Richard Ward, in 1681, and Bernard was the High Sheriff of County Down, and he had a furious quarrel with Jocelyn Hamilton in the grand jury room at Downpatrick, which climaxed in the pair fighting a duel close to the Abbey of Down in 1690. Now, Hamilton was fatally injured by a pistol shot which the sheriff carried unknown to Jocelyn, and having received the wound, Jocelyn managed to thrust home his sword that he almost ran it to the hilt through the sheriff. Now, both men, of course, died and they were buried. Now, while Castle Ward didn't experience a battle or a massacre during the early 1641 rebellion, the surrounding region did indeed see violence and conflict between Protestant and Catholics. And, of course, the Catholic attacks on the settlers also then brought retaliation from the settlers on the Catholic Irish. Now, the Ward family who built and lived at Castle Ward were part of the Protestant settlers who came to Ulster during the plantation period. And they would have been affected, of course, by the later troubles and events of the 1690s with the Williamite and Jacobite wars, and also the Protestant ascendancy. Now, it's £14 in here for an adult, but it's well worth it. If you're fit enough, you can walk all over the place. Down by the lock as well. I'm going to take you down there later. So it's definitely well worth the money. That's some of the old farming equipment. I'll take you over and let you see some of this. So it's a good day out. coming to Castle Ward. Especially in weather like this here. It's great. That's the murder hole up there. They would have poured stuff into that. So there's a board here. I'm going to take you down and show you this board. I'm not going to really read it. You can pause the video if you want and read it yourself. It would take up too much time. And then I'm going to take you inside and show you this building here. This building wouldn't have been as old, of course, as the Tower House. It's a later addition. But that's the original Castle Ward, folks. And most people don't realise that. You can see the clock there and the bell. And the windows. There's more buildings there as well on the right. So I'm going to show you this board here. Now, as I say, you can pause the video and have a read. It's Farmyard and Tower House. I'll show you the photographs on it. But you can pause the video here if you so wish and read to your heart's content. What I can do with my phone is I can pause and zoom in. Which is great. So I'll go through these different columns here and you can pause it if you want and zoom in and have a read. So the first photograph here is 1887 and it's taken before the clock was actually put up on the Tower House. No clock. But today there's a clock. This is a nice photograph too. You can see Castle Ward there up on the hill, which is the Mansion House, built by Bernard Ward. Nice painting, isn't it? So that's the Mansion House there. And then down to the bottom right here is where we are. The Tower House and the outbuildings. And then the bottom picture is a watercolour of the tower and the outbuildings, which is lovely as well. So I'm going to take you in here. And then I'm going to take you down through that archway there. That's them other buildings there, outbuildings. Farmyard buildings. So we'll go in here and have a wee look. Oh, there's somebody. Oh, there's somebody else. So this was a mill. So I'll take you in here. Now, there's a wheelbarrow there, and I definitely wouldn't like to be wheeling that with my dodgy knees because it looks like it's quite heavy. That's the cogs that turn the mill. There's a old looking room there, isn't it?